There was an exercise that we did back in the day when I was on your side. I was like a student going to events, learning from the mentors. And there was one property mentor that I had, a real estate mentor. And what they were talking about was they gave us this activity, just like we just had an activity there. They give an activity. And that activity, they said, I would like you to go out there and raise finance. And then I was like, raise finance? I said, for what? They said, to be prepared. And I said, but prepared for what? They said, well, what is your goal? What do you want to achieve in this space? And I said, well, I want to build a property portfolio. They said, well, then you might need some money, so go raise some finance. And I said, but I haven't got a property deal right now. They said, you know, if you're prepared, the universe knows that you're prepared. The universe will be like, hey, now's the time to deliver. And then you can grab that opportunity. And do you know what? So I went there. Imagine, I'm calling up banks, asking about these credit card loans, personal loans, business loans. And they're saying, what's it for? I said, for future ventures. One day, I go back the next day, and he says, okay, how much have you managed to raise? I said, well, I asked a few banks, and based on my credit history and and whatnot, I'm able to get around 30 to 40K. They said, 30 to 40,000? That's your best. I said, well, yeah. They said, I don't believe you. They said, I'll give you 2 more weeks. Do your best. Prove it. Prove that for 30, 40K was all that you can get. 2-3 weeks, I started learning about all these other loans and this and that and all the others. And then I asked more banks and more people. I went back 2 weeks later, I went back to my mentor and he said, how much did you raise? I said, I raised £600,000. 600,000 pounds? He said, yeah. He said, what did you learn? I said, I learned that by being resourceful, there was more for me than I thought was available. And he says, what else did you learn? I said, that I can do it. And he says, I'll tell you what you learned, right? Now, at any given time, when you hear somebody speak about $1 million investment, guess what? You can be in straight away. You're in. Your mind's not going to take you out of the game. Why? Because you're prepared. Only God knows whether it's going to show up or not. But when it does, guess what? It's yours. You're claiming it.